Tell me if it says we're live because I
Oh,
don't
we're
see
live.
it.
Yeah, we're live, guys.
I thought because it's not telling me we're live, and I'm like, I figured
Yeah,
we're
we're live.
live. So
Behind the curtain, guys.
behind the curtain, and for by the numbers, episode 40.
Wow.
This is a kind of a milestone mark.
Mhm.
I'd like to. I think we're gonna hit 50 episodes this year.
I think so too. We're not going to
By
miss
the
any
numbers.
week, come hell or high water.
Yeah,
We're
we're
not
gonna
missing
keep
an
doing it. We're
episode.
even doing. We're moving the day, but we're gonna do Thanksgiving. We're
Yep.
gonna do, and we'll set something up for around Christmas time.
Mhm.
Maybe we'll have to record one during
Yeah,
the holiday
but
season.
that's
But
still an episode. We're not
that's
skipping.
still an episode. It still counts.
Mhm.
But yeah, we got a good show, supersized show today. We got 6 movies.
Yeah.
What have we got on the docket tonight?
We got Flora and Son. We got Prey. We got Haunted Mansion, Paradise, Jewels. It Lives Inside.
Nice. I can't wait. Let's get this
I
rolling.
know. Let's get going, man.
All right, rolling the intro. Let's go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us as the Faces for Radio podcast presents By the Numbers, where we take new releases on streaming, on video, and in the theater. We review them. We let you know what we thought. I'm your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, aka Terrafan 77.
All right. What's going on, brother?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I think this is going to be a good show. I think
Yeah.
this is a lot of fun. We got a supersized show this week. We have 6 movies, and we're going to do another 6 next week to try to cover some horror movies that are coming out. There's a lot of streaming releases that are coming out now. So we're going to try to stay up
We're
to.
going to be, just to let the audience and viewers know that we're going to be a little bit Netflix heavy in the next month or two. Because there was it looks like good quality stuff.
Yeah,
coming up.
Netflix is spitting out some stuff,
and
so
I'm glad to say that because before it used to be garbage.
Yeah, it used to be garbage. Speaking of garbage, Harrison is in. I didn't mean that.
What's up, Harrison?
Your cookie is waiting for you, my friend. Whenever you want to come down, I know where you're at. So anytime you want to come up my neck of the woods, you are more than welcome. I will make you cookies, or I might have my daughter do it because her cookies taste way better than mine. But dude, I was not disappointed in any of these movies.
Either was I.
I thought this was a good week. Nothing stellar, nothing really like amazing Oscar worthy or anything like that. But there were several surprises that I didn't think I was going to like them, but I turned out to like them.
On paper, this should be a shitty week.
Yeah. This should be an Alex week. We're going to call it an Alex week from now on. Because whenever Alex is on the show, we're only going to do shitty movies.
Yeah.
And this should have been an Alex week. But it wasn't. I was like,
it was not.
Start to finish. There were 3 movies in this list that I did not want to watch. It was like, I am not interested in these movies, but they turned out to be good. I liked them. So not a turd in the bunch for me. I was just, it was a lot of fun. Good week.
There was a surprise I didn't have high hopes for at all, just because of word of mouth. And that movie wasn't a great movie or a good movie. It was an okay movie. And it wasn't as bad as everybody else made it out to be.
right? And I don't know if we're talking about the same movie, but yeah, same thing where we're like, hey, people are saying what a crap movie this is, and I was like, well, we're gonna watch it. I watched it. I was like, that wasn't that bad.
Right.
It was decent. And Bob is in the house.
What's
What's up,
up,
Bob?
Bob? How you doing,
And
man?
then my buddy John is in the
What's
house.
up,
What's up, my
John?
brother? I gotta tell you, Spirits with Spirits is kind of blowing up a little bit. I'm really happy to see it.
Me too.
Jeff is in the house. What
What's
is
up,
up,
Jeff?
Jeff? Appreciate you popping in. But yeah, Spirits with Spirits, we just got rolling with YouTube this year and started to get subs, and we're at 60 now. We just hit the 60 mark with subs.
Guys, go sub to that channel. Fantastic.
If you get a chance, it's at Spirits with Spirits, or Spirits with Spirits with John and Dave is the name of the show.
You need to put that in the description too, I think.
Yeah. And Jerry's in the house.
What's up, Jerry?
What is up, Jerry? I haven't seen you in a while, my friend.
I think is underappreciated. He's got some great stuff. I always like it when he posts some movies and stuff, because he got some stuff that I've never had or never seen, and I always like that stuff.
Oh yeah, no, Jerry's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm putting it in there. It's at Spirits with Spirits on YouTube. If you get a chance, check that out. Yep, it's looking good. I'm very humbled by everyone. Dude,
Two great guys.
I gotta tell you, we have there's this one video, and it's a history video on the Tennessee Wildman that I recorded and I put out on YouTube. It's got 4,000 views right now, and it's awesome. It's blown up. So I'm really happy to see that. There's some great stuff, and Scare Network TV, which is our affiliate, they've started back up, and they have a free service now to where you can watch their stuff free with ads, or you do the $4.99 for the membership and you get the premium service, much like you would for Paramount Plus or whatever.
Now, I have a question. Is that available only on the Roku? Is it available on Apple TV?
It will be. So the upgraded version is going to come out, I think, within the next month on Apple TV, Android phones, iOS phones, Amazon Fire Stick, and that type of thing. But for right now, it's only available on the website, scarenetwork.tv, and the Roku app.
Okay. Yeah, because I have it on my TV in my bedroom, but yeah. I want to get it on my Apple TV where I watch most of my.
Right. So yeah, that should be coming in the next month. Once it is, I'll let you know.
Because I want to see them two knuckleheads, John and David, on my TV.
Knuckleheads. And dude, I got to tell you, we've been getting some paranormal activity during our show, which it's been crazy. Like audio, we're getting voices, we're seeing spirit energy or orbs flying around, and things like that. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Jeff, it's scarenetwork.tv, and they have paranormal documentaries, true crime, classic horror movies, thrillers, podcasts like ours. And it's pretty cool. It's awesome. John says, no, it's on everything. Roku is their main, and update coming soon for everything else. Yeah. So right now it's not available on Apple TV, but yeah, that in the next month, they'll have all that stuff upgraded to go with the new site, and it'll be available all over the place. Yeah. So weird and great activity. Yeah. It's been, the last month or so has been crazy. We've been getting stuff during our show as we talk about haunted stuff. So,
and I'm not just saying this because you two are my friends, and I always want to support. But they honestly, the times I've been able to watch, fantastic. They're funny, great chemistry. I would watch them if I didn't know Dave, if that makes sense.
I appreciate that, bro. That means a lot. But yeah, I mean, John and I have been friends forever.
And you can tell. You can really tell.
And he lives in a different state than I do, so we're able to come together on Friday nights and do this. I'm hoping one day to actually do our live stream on Scare Network, but I'm working on that. And John says, love it. Thank you, Rich.
Awesome. You're welcome, bro.
So yeah, if you get a chance, Spirits with Spirits, it's on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. In case, no matter whichever social media. We also have a TikTok where we put some of our paranormal evidence and things that we're doing. So, and that one's starting to go off. So we're I think we just passed 70 followers on TikTok. So, and that's all brand new stuff that we're just putting on. So cool. Goals, bro. Yeah, goals. All right, so let's get to our movies. Basically, what we do is we take our movies in this place. Yeah, TikTok is going off. It is. It's starting to really hit. It's hit really well. I like it. So, and we didn't think it would take for Spirits with Spirits, but with all the paranormal stuff that we're seeing on TikTok, where they're saying, "Oh, hey, look at this and look at that," and we're like, "Okay, we could match that." So, yeah, that's been really cool. But anyway, normally we take 5 movies and we watch them, we review them, score them, and then we rank them from 5 to 1. In this particular case, we're going to go 6 to 1 because we have 6 movies. What do you think was our lowest score this week?
Let me look at my scores. I am going to go with The Haunted Mansion.
That's a good try, but no, our movie coming in at number 6 this week is It Lives Inside.
I liked this movie.
This was interesting, bro. I saw this in the theater on a Mystery Movie Monday, and it was a pleasant surprise. I enjoyed it. So enough about Spirits of Spirits. What movies we got tonight? That's what I'm trying to get to, brother. So yeah, It Lives Inside. This is I'm just going to read the synopsis. It says an Indian American teenager struggling with her cultural identity has a falling out with her former best friend, and in the process unwittingly releases a demonic entity that grows stronger by feeding on her loneliness. So I did not get a budget on it, but I'm sure I can find it. It's made $5.2 million in the box office, and I think it's done. I think it's out. But this was a good watch. It wasn't great, but it was creepy. It had a good, unique premise with the Indian heritage and the Indian demons and gods and stuff. That was something I didn't know about. So there was some. I liked it. There was some really new, cool stuff in there. Yeah.
To me, it felt fresh and new. It wasn't the same thing.
Yeah, bro, I think you'd like this. I mean, you did like elevator games, so I don't think your standards are very high. But
I remember that you liked that.
I think, but this one,
all film is subjective. So.
All film is subjective. Where's my ticker? All films are subjective. Yeah. So yeah, so put the ticker up. So anyway, I think my only, and it's just a minor problem, is that this movie was PG-13. And I really wish they could have, and they could have made it rated R and made it scarier.
Especially the swing scene.
Yeah.
That could have been gorgeous. That could
have been vicious.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been.
And I wish it was.
The monster was good, damn it. Okay. I did like the creepy. Yeah. Okay. I just didn't like the way they did the makeup or the special effects on her. We're going back to Elevator Game for a second, but I get it. I see your point. But
this girl was good.
I thought that the cast did a good job, and boy, that jar, you gotta watch out for that. That is not preserves, buddy. That there's a demon in that jar. And I thought it was really, she was struggling with her identity.
Yeah.
The lead, because she was trying to fit in with a Caucasian school and kind of shy away from her Indian heritage.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, her friend wasn't, and she was in trouble, but
Struggling.
yeah, she was
Before the
struggling.
demon,
She was battling the demon. She was trying to hold the demon at bay, and she didn't know what was going on. So the friend was like, "No, I don't want any part of this because it has nothing to do with me anymore." And then all hell breaks loose. So
and the ending.
Good ending, bro.
Mhm.
It was. I liked it. I loved the involvement of the mother
Yeah.
in this. It was worth it. How she of course standard teenage stuff. They reject the parents. Oh my God, you're so embarrassing. Blah blah blah.
Tale as
And
old as
then
time.
and then oh my goodness, and then it's like the mother's like, I kind of know what's going on. Let me help.
Yeah. And I'm glad she
Um,
didn't come off like, oh, I don't believe you. I hate that.
No,
Because I think when your child comes to you and your child, that's not a storyteller, you should believe them.
yeah. Reminds me of a Dybbuk box.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
similarities to the Dybbuk box. Think of it also kind of like a Dybbuk box, but kind of like a binding spell or something to hold something. So it became like like a Dybbuk box. It became a vessel for the demon.
Yeah.
And but with the writing and the mythology and all that kind of stuff, it actually turned out to be a pretty cool story.
It did.
I think they a soul jar. Perfect. But this was good. And the only reason why this is number 6 is because it just has the lowest score. And not by much. Okay, so the average score for these movies, they're all within 7 points apart.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ooh,
So
wow.
these were all I put these all on the same level as far as how much I enjoyed them. They're all different genres.
Mm-hmm.
And they all had their strengths and weaknesses, but I do like the fact that, like I said, this is one I did not expect to be in last place, but it's really only in last place by like 1.5 points. So it's not like it's bad. It's just ends up being in last place because it got the lowest score. So let's talk about our highlights for It Lives Inside. And I think the biggest problem that we had with this is we didn't recognize the cast.
Yeah.
I was almost going to consider this a foreign film.
But it wasn't. It was made.
But it wasn't. They're in America. They're dealing with the, but the only person I recognized was the dad.
Yeah.
And I knew him by name. So I could only give it 2 points and you gave it 1 point. But otherwise we're like 7s and 8s across the board.
Yeah.
You actually gave an 8 to the script. You gave a 9 to the story, which I don't disagree with that at all. We both gave a 6 to the music. There were some good music, and then there were a couple things where I was like, nah. You had a 6 for cinematography, and I went 8, but we're literally like 8 and 7, 8 and 7, 8 and 7 across the board. So dude, this is worth a watch. You don't have to worry about it in the theater. It's not worth really paying that much money to see it in the theater. But if it comes out on streaming, I'll buy it when it comes out.
If I can get this on the cheap,
I'd watch this again. Yeah,
you can watch it. You can rent it on Vudu, Apple for like $20, right? Because it's one of those movies right now, so it's just right out of the theater. But definitely when it gets lower to like a $5 rental, definitely check this
or
out.
It'll pop up on
Hulu or something,
or Hulu or Peacock or something.
Yeah.
I wonder what company made this.
I didn't recognize it in the credits.
It's Neon Films.
That might be an Amazon, because I see Neon Films on Amazon all the time. So this might be
that might come out on Prime then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this might show up on Prime.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to and there's Dell. What's up, Dell?
What's up, Dell? I just watched your video that you just posted. It's good watches in there, man.
Yeah. So John said it's available to buy on Prime and YouTube. Yeah, $19.99.
Yeah, it's about $20.
Vudu as well. So you're paying full price. You're paying retail right now. Wait till it goes down. probably after the Halloween season and stuff, you'll start to see it drop. But I think probably late November, December, it'll probably hit Prime or something like that. And if you have the streaming service, you can just watch it there. But it's worth a look.
You're welcome, man. I'm a huge fan, though. You know that.
Yeah, we love your show, bro. All right, let's go to our final scores on It Lives Inside.
Wait.
What?
Is somebody in the room with you?
Yes, my granddaughter.
Okay. I seen a shadow moving, and I was like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, she's on the stool, like just off camera here.
Okay, I just saw movement. And...
Yeah, no, that's Piper. Are you talking into the fan? She's talking into the fan.
That's fun. I remember doing that when I was a kid.
But she's awful close to the fan, but
safety hazard.
Oh, there she is right there.
Oh, she's a cutie.
What are you turning it around for? That's for Appa. It's crazy. All right. All right, so let's go to our final scores on It Lives Inside. I don't think it's in theaters anymore, but it's available on digital to buy for $20 or just wait. But where is the picture?
You lost it.
Of course, I can't find it now. There it is. IMDb is giving this a 5.3. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 61%. Audience score 49%. Rich, you gave it a 67. I gave it a 68. So our average score is 67.5.
Good score, man.
That's not bad. I'm totally wrong show, Rich.
Well, I just saw movement.
As a kid, I still do it. Okay. So 1 down, 5 to go.
Yep.
What do you think comes in at number 5?
I'm gonna go with Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
And I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Story of my life.
It's okay. So our number 5 movie is Paradise. Now, Paradise is a sci-fi thriller that's on Netflix right now. It's a foreign film. It's German. Which that kind of surprised me because when I was looking at it, I was like, "Is this in Spanish?" And then I switched to subtitles, and I was like, "Oh, it's German." So I was actually kind of surprised. But I
have a couple questions for you about this.
Okay, let me read the synopsis first, and then we'll get to that. So it says, after his wife is forced to give up 40 years of her life as payment for an insurance debt, a man desperately searches for a way to get them back. So this is kind of like
In Time.
Get Out. So this is kind of like In Time. Very similar, only like
I like the premise here better.
Yeah, this is interesting. I've not seen this come across my list on Netflix. Yeah. So it's like you use years of your life to actually get money. So instead of time is money, you use time to get money. So they try to talk these poor people out of their years of life and give them to rich people, and in exchange they give them money so that they can actually live at a higher level.
You can't just go and buy something. You have to be DNA compatible.
You have to be matched. Yes.
Yeah, you can't just go buy it, which I really liked.
I like that too. So you have to have a compatible match. And then Del says, I've heard about this one, but haven't seen it yet. This was interesting. And I got kind of turned around in the middle of it. With how the story moves forward after. So basically the couple's apartment blows up, and they're ruled at fault because of a lit candle.
Yeah.
And she put up years of her life as collateral to get the apartment. The wife did. So it cost her 38 years of her life to pay off the insurance claim. And then she was made like an old lady. And the husband's like, I'm going to try to get your years back. So he develops this crazy scheme, this crazy obsessive scheme to kind of to kidnap the person who took the years and try to use some kind of black market thing to try to get the years back to his wife.
Yeah.
Seems like something.
Don't
this was
sleep
good.
on these foreign films from Netflix.
Oh, the foreign films on Netflix, with maybe one or two exceptions, have been pretty good this year.
Yeah.
And this one was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it dragged a little bit in the middle for me as far as the story goes. And I got turned around with a couple of the things. And then once I got caught up, then I was like, oh shit. It pulls a 180 in the story. So by the end, there's a totally different antagonist versus protagonist, and totally different. And I liked how it ended. I thought it was like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
I didn't expect it to go that direction. So it does take a turn that I liked.
I had to watch the ending twice because there's a character that you see get killed. He's the one that does the finger thing.
The finger thing. Why am I missing out?
He said he does his finger, crosses his fingers.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Right.
You see that person get killed.
Yes.
Okay. And then this is really, oh man. You see this, what I thought he pops back up at the end on the beach. And I was like, wait a minute.
No.
But
no, that was
wasn't him, right?
I see where you're going. No, that wasn't him.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. And I had to go back. And I thought, well, maybe I missed something. And he didn't die. And then, yeah, so that wasn't him, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah,
that was just some random way, I guess. But yeah, I was like, oh man, and I don't know that the ending.
The mom in this, what a bitch.
Oh man. Well, yeah, even to her own daughter.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but to everybody else, it was like you think, and I kind of pegged that, from the start, like she runs the company called Eon that actually does this whole thing with the years and stuff. And so when things started to happen with the couple, and the husband actually works for the company as like their salesman of the year or whatever. And when all that started happening, I knew instantly where those years were going to go and what was going to be, and that, that's when I was like, oh yeah, she's just
fairly obvious.
It's fairly, it does kind of slap you in the face with it.
But like you said, that 180 shift.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. I didn't expect it to go that way. I thought, because it seemed like it was the husband that was kind of out of control, and then it shifted, and it was like, it really, I don't know, like where do you draw the line as far as your morals when it comes to stuff like that? So laid out pretty easy for the watcher. Yeah. And it's good. It does that because it's a German film, and I definitely don't recommend dubbing. Go with the subtitles.
Always go with subtitles.
The dubbing was not bad this time. So for those that don't care to read subtitles, like our buddy Evan, then dubbing is okay with this one. But there are times where the dubbing on Netflix is just so bad.
I can't with it.
But this one, again, it's better in the native language because you get the full acting ability. And I thought the acting in here, pretty much across the board, was
was
good.
pretty good.
Especially
Yeah.
I liked the bodyguard chick, the bodyguard lady.
Yeah, she was badass.
She was badass. And then to find out how old she was, I was like,
Yeah.
dude, I was so down for that. I like the other guy with the fingers crossing and the
hmm
I guess the hired mercenary or whoever they brought in, that guy. I liked him too, and I liked their dynamic because the two of them were together quite a
Yeah.
bit in the movie. So that was kind of cool. And then that ended really, really quick. It just again a 180 where you're like, whoa, I didn't expect it to go that way. So that kind of made the whole ending kind of neat.
Yeah.
But it starts out where you're like, okay, character development, you're doing stuff, and then it drags, like it's trying to, they're trying to escape and they're trying to do this. And then all hell breaks loose like the last 20 minutes or so. Yeah. And it's just, and that's where you're like, whoa. And there was a point where I was like, I need to rewind that because I missed something.
Right.
And I went back. And then I was like, oh, okay. Now I see how that kind of came about. But yeah, this was another decent watch.
Yeah.
It was, I don't even want to call it a sci-fi movie per se. It's just got a sci-fi element in it, but it's more like a drama thriller type thing.
Yeah. And I like the premise of the how they do the time. Like,
yes,
how the person changes and whether they're going to go younger or older.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then and I like they were talking about using it for prisoners and things like that, to where instead of serving years in prison, they just age them and then let them go, and then they're maybe not that much of a threat anymore.
Part of me wants to see this turned into a franchise, just to see more of this world.
I wouldn't mind that, or even a series.
Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. I don't anticipate we're even going to get a sequel to this. But,
no, we won't.
But this is worth a watch. Again, it's on Netflix, you guys, and it is German, so just watch out for the foreign language. But going to our highlights again, we got a lot of 7s and 8s. We got our default 4, which I think is the only reason why It Lives Inside actually got a higher score than this, is because as a foreign film, it gets a higher cast score.
Yeah.
But Rich, you got 8s for the ending, story, and direction and wild card. And then I gave 8s to the acting, story, script, direction, and wild card, I think. Yes. So this is fun. Again, this was one I had low expectations. I even watched the trailer. I gave a 6 for the trailer because I was like, I don't know if I'm interested in watching this. It seems really kind of like it was just kind of just a meh show. But it shaped up pretty well. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it actually did anything in the theater. Let's find out. I don't think so. No box office numbers. So, and it's German, so I generally can't get a budget on it. And no budget. Okay. So, but really, it doesn't seem like it had a big budget, because they really kind of focused on the aging, and it was like you just gradually, it wasn't happening right away. It just gradually, you like woke up and it was like, okay, it's starting, and then all of a sudden you were old, and it was just kind of like an overnight thing where you aged, and then the next day you were just old. So they really didn't spend a lot on special effects or CGI or anything like that. But there were some good like gunfire scenes and so like, especially at the end, but there were some good like bullets flying around and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of neat. But let's go ahead and go to our final scores on Paradise, German film on Netflix, you guys, coming in at number 5. IMDb is giving this a 6.3. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 55%, audience score 61, Rich, you gave it a 70. I gave it a 69 for a Faces for Radio score of 69.5.
Yeah, yeah. Decent score.
Yeah, I think it's good. All right. So let's do our number 4, which is also not Haunted Mansion.
I give up.
Our number 4 movie is Jules.
Oh, this was such a pleasant surprise.
You guys have been real close on your scoring tonight. Oh, it's our scores are really close this week. So Jules is I'm gonna call it, it's kind of a comedy, kind of a drama.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's got a little bit of a sci-fi element. It's Ben Kingsley and I totally love Jane Curtin, one of the original Saturday Night Live people. And the other girl, Harriet Harris or something like that, I think is her name, the third person.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I'm gonna read it. It says Milton lives a quiet life of routine in a small western Pennsylvania town, but finds his day upended when a UFO and its extraterrestrial passenger crash land in his backyard. So basically, yeah, Ben, and he's good in this.
He's fantastic.
I really liked him in this because he was just like, his character's kind of losing it. A little bit of dementia, a little bit of forgetfulness going on. Leaves a can of beans in the medicine cabinet and, things like that. And his daughter is a vet, works as a veterinarian, is kind of checking on him. And then his son is estranged, doesn't actually talk to him. But basically, he's always going to these town hall meetings and talking about how we need to rename the slogan of the town and put a crosswalk here. And then all of a sudden he says, and spaceship has crashed in my backyard and wiped out my petunias. So
I think this is my favorite role he's been in.
Yeah. I mean, I got to go Gandhi because he won the Oscar for that, but it was good. Hey, what's up, Corey?
What's up?
I appreciate it. Thanks for saying hi. Yeah, we're on our third movie tonight. Never heard of Jules. Well, it is available on Prime.
Anywhere you can rent.
And yeah, we actually rented it on Vudu and watched it, but it's available on Prime or Vudu. It's $5.99 on Prime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also out on physical. There's actually the physical release is already out, and I might go get this.
Me too.
I might go buy this on physical because this
is just, I don't know. I love Ben Kingsley in this. Just fantastic.
Yeah, this movie made me smile.
Mm-hmm. It had no business being this good.
No, except for the cats. The cats, that bugged me a little bit. The whole deal with the cats. But putting that aside, the way they did the alien was good because they made the alien just so generic.
And it worked.
It was just, I loved how it scared the bejesus out of that one girl when she walked in. Because nobody believed him. He's sitting there going around town going, yeah, I got an alien and he likes apples, so I'm just buying some apples at the store.
Yeah.
And, and people are like, you might, calling the daughter, hey, you might want to check in on your dad because he says an alien is in his house and likes apples. And then, the woman comes to visit him, Harriet Harris, and she's like, oh, shit. Like he just shits her pants right there at the door. And he's like, oh yeah, that's my spaceman. That's and he's just totally matter of fact about it. No, it was cool. It was fun. I did not expect that from this movie. I didn't. This was one I was like, I don't want to watch this. I thought it was going to be like a romantic comedy or some shit. And I was like, dude, Rich, why are you giving me this one? I don't want anything to do with it. I watched the trailer and I was like, wait a minute. okay, this might be interesting.
Yeah.
And then watch the movie. And I'm sitting there watching it, and my wife comes over and she goes, "What are you watching?" This, I'm watching Jules. So she sits down and she ends up watching it for like 20 minutes or so.
Oh,
And she's
good.
like, "What is going on? This is funny." And I go, "Yeah." It's like it is. It's cute and it made me smile and it's kind of heartwarming.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was cool.
I
And
liked it. I recommend this one.
yeah, this was a good watch. This was,
I think
you know,
out of all the 6 movies, this is the one I think I want everybody to see first.
okay, yeah. No, I get that. That makes a lot of sense because this is the one like Dell said. Dell's never heard of it,
Yeah. It's
and
unknown to most
I don't
people.
think a lot. I've never heard of it before. We
I seen
put
the
it on.
trailer for it a long
Yeah,
time
we put
ago.
it on the calendar, and I was like, I didn't watch a trailer until right before I watched the movie because I was like, oh crap, I got to watch this Jules crap. So then um, and they call it Jules, but this is a gem, and
Mhm.
it was really fun. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It doesn't have a whole lot of glitz and glamour or bells and whistles with it. It's very simple. Um, but it was really neat.
Mhm.
I enjoyed it a lot.
And
And
him having dementia kind of hit home with my dad, because he plays it very well.
yeah,
Real life dementia.
yeah. I dealt with that with my grandmother. So yeah, and my stepmother. But my stepmother was way more violent about it. But my grandmother, it was like that, where you can tell that your mind's slipping, and because you have these moments of clarity to where you understand what's going on, and you're like,
Mhm.
yeah, I know my memory's slipping, I know my mind's slipping, and I don't like it. I remember my
Yeah.
grandmother telling me that verbatim when she started to go.
That's what my dad does.
And then it was until you get to the point where I had a conversation with my grandmother, and in the course of the conversation, I went from being her grandson to her son to her father to some guy she wanted to flirt with. In the conversation, where it's a strange thing when your grandmother starts throwing her mac and flirting with you, and I was like, Grandma, what are you doing? Um,
He's like, I've seen this movie before.
yeah, no, this is not, we don't do this type of movie. Um, but
Yeah.
it was the way that he was kind of wrestling with how he wanted to proceed.
Hmm.
And I think the alien helped him with that,
Yeah.
even though the alien never said a word in the
And I
movie.
like that it didn't.
And I like that too, but it understood what was going on.
Like when
And
he
that was
helped
the
that
thing
girl
they
with a
kept
lake.
saying, and this is one time where I like the fact that they didn't show that.
Yeah. I don't think it would have fit.
No, not with the way that they did the entire movie.
Hmm.
Normally I was like, if I want to see that happen,
You do.
I do. But to just see the alien and how his head turned blue,
Hmm.
and then the lighting changed, and then it came back, and then you find out what happened. And I was like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
And that fit with how the movie progressed. It's not like, with It Lives Inside, you kind of want that because it's supposed to be a horror movie. It's supposed
Yeah.
to scare you. But this isn't supposed to scare you. But with him as a protector, and drawing the pictures
At
of the
first I was like,
cat.
why does he keep drawing these? I was like, what?
What is up with that? And then I still, that's the one thing that bugs me about the story is the cats and how the
So
cats
that didn't
play
bother
into
me.
this. But I'm totally willing to overlook that in favor of the fact that this is a fun movie to watch. I definitely recommend it too. It's it was my biggest surprise for
Yeah.
sure.
Me
Not
too.
my favorite out of the week, but my biggest surprise.
I say watch this one out of all of them because it's unknown. and it's a hidden gem. This is what this is.
It is. And like I said, that I think that's why they called it Jules. It's because it's a hidden.
They knew what they had.
They knew. So, all right, let's go to our highlights on it. Rich, you actually gave a 10 to the story with this, which was good. You gave a 9 to the acting, and then
I
8
didn't like the daughter.
to.
I think I was gonna give it a 10, and then I knocked the point off of the daughter.
Yeah, she wasn't.
She felt very stiff.
Yeah. And then you gave 8s to the script and direction and wild card. I gave 9s to the acting, story, and that's it. And then gave 8s to script, direction, and wild card. But yeah, this came in out of the blue, and it was a lot of fun. Again, the only reason why this is number 4 is because there's just very little points separating. But it did actually come out in the box office. How about them apples? So it made 1.9 million in the box office. See if I can find a budget on it. Nope, couldn't find it. But yeah, 1.9 million in the US. It only was released domestically. Sounds like a good movie to watch with my love. Yeah, that
I do.
Like I said, Leona was liking what she saw of it before she had to go, but I think Ceci would like it, just sitting there and enjoying it. All right, let's go to our final scores on Jules, coming in 4th this week. IMDb gives us a 6.8. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 83%, audience score 90%. Rich, you and I both gave it a 72.
Yeah. But the same number.
Yeah. Like I said, I think all the movies this week were really close on our scores. All right. Let's go on to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Haunted Mansion. It is about damn time.
This is higher than I think it should be compared to like Jules and 90, wasn't it?
Yeah, the audience score was 90. Yeah, and I could see that. I think everybody would like this movie.
Yeah,
and that's basically what those. It's not like I only like 90% of it. It's 90% of the people who reviewed it liked it. And so yeah, I think this is a very likable movie.
I think that movie fits in with a movie like A Man Called Otto. How do you not like that movie?
Right. And a good person.
Yeah.
But A Man Called Otto is a perfect fit. That was what I was thinking. Ben Kingsley and Tom Hanks, the way he played Otto, I saw a lot of similarities there. So yeah, no, I totally get that. That makes a lot of sense. But Haunted Mansion, although it doesn't check the boxes like Jules does, it has a tremendous cast and checks boxes for like visuals and sound and things like that, like I said, points wise, they're really close. And I would say I like Jules better than this.
Oh yeah.
But Haunted Mansion checks more boxes as far as how the score is done. I really enjoyed this movie. Loved Danny DeVito's character. Yeah, I thought Danny DeVito was good. Rosario is on my list.
If you like Rosario, go watch Clerks 2 and the roof dancing scene. That's all I gotta say.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this was another one. I saw this in the theater, so I was just waiting for Rich to actually knuckle under and watch this, because he was not willing to watch it.
I almost went, and I was like, nah,
not gonna do it. I almost went and did Barbie, but I didn't. But I bought it
next week.
Yeah, I know. I bought it. Yeah, damn it.
I watched it today.
Yeah. So it had a budget of 157.7 million and it made 114.7 million in the box office. So yeah, it didn't make its money,
Did you get that cool steel book?
but I did get that cool steelbook.
I knew you would. I knew it.
Oh man, I was all set to just get the Blu-ray, and I was like, oh crap, that steelbook looks awesome. So yeah, I got steelbook on that.
Yeah. You're gonna enjoy those Best Buy steel books.
Rich is right. Rosario Dawson dancing in Clerks 2 is so cute and endearing.
Yeah.
I put Haunted Mansion on the other night, but was too tired to get through it. I'll try again this weekend.
Try to finish it. It's not as bad as everybody made it out to be.
I think you liked it better than you thought it would be.
Mhm.
So it was I liked it. I liked it better than the Eddie Murphy one personally.
Yeah, I can't stand that movie.
I didn't like the Eddie Murphy one. I didn't think that worked well.
Yeah.
But
that's also an era of Eddie Murphy I don't like in general.
Okay. Yeah. No, I didn't care for his movies at that point either. But this one I love Lakeith Stanfield. Did I spell
The main
that? Yeah.
dude?
Lakeith Stanfield, the main guy. I think he's an amazing actor, especially after Judas and the Black Messiah. So he had no business being in this.
No.
With the quality of acting.
That Disney paycheck.
Yeah, he wanted that Disney paycheck. I am not a Tiffany Haddish fan, and I did not care for her in this. I actually like her in her more serious roles, like when she did The Kitchen, and when she did the movie with Billy Crystal, which is funny because it's about dementia, and I can't remember the name of it.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's really good. I think it's like This Love. No, it's not that. No. Let me go with Billy Crystal.
See, I didn't like most of the cast. I liked the person you just said. I like Rosario Dawson. I'm not a fan of Owen Wilson. Not a fan of Danny DeVito. I like Jamie Lee Curtis a little bit.
Yeah.
I like the kid.
I'm trying to figure out the name. What did he do? Here Today is the movie. With him and with Billy Crystal and Tiffany Haddish. And it is so good. Such a great story. Where I just passed it up. Billy Crystal is a comedy writer and he's getting dementia, so things are happening for him. And Tiffany Haddish is basically a stand-up comedian who Billy Crystal kind of runs into, and they become friends, and she kind of takes care of him while he's going through dementia. And it was a cute story. It was really nice.
Available to stream anywhere?
Yeah, I think now I got to go back to it. Yeah, I would have actually recommended. I watched it this year, but it actually came out in 2021. It says it's to rent on Prime. I actually watched it. I think I watched it on like HBO or something. Because I was at my dad's and we watched it.
I remember you telling me about that now. I thought you were at your dad's when you watched it.
And it just, really surprised me. See if I can find it anywhere on the streamable site. Boy. I come up. No, it just says Prime. Apple, iTunes, Vudu. So yeah, it's just $12.99 or $14.99 to rent. But no, not on any streaming services. But that one I want to look for and buy it. I would get that and watch that again. 'Cause I think it's really good. 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 I think Haunted Mansion. But yeah, Lakeith Stanfield, Rosario Dawson. I think the cast is amazing. I love Rosario Dawson. I like Lakeith Stanfield. I don't care about Owen Wilson. I do like Danny DeVito, but yeah, I'm not a fan of Tiffany Haddish. So, and I like Jamie Lee Curtis. She doesn't have much of a role, but I liked her in this. So yeah, this plays very similar to, you know, the whole story of the Haunted Mansion with Disney, and a little bit like the Annie Murphy one, only the comedy I think is better in this. And I think the special effects are really good here. But there are elements here that I like better than Jules, only because Jules is really simple in what it tries to do.
Yeah.
This is really flamboyant. So this is like, you know, that's kind of reminds me of a story with my two sons. So I had my two sons and they're a year apart with the same birthday. So I took a box of Legos and I told each of my sons to build an airplane out of Legos for me. So my number 2 son, David, he takes 6 Legos, makes an airplane, and then is flying it around, playing with it. My son takes the rest of the box and builds this gigantic monstrosity with missile launchers and all kinds of stuff. And it takes him 2 hours to build it. And then he shows it to me. And at the same time, David's having fun with his little tiny 6 Lego airplane that he built. And that's what this reminds me of. Jules is the 6 Lego airplane that you get to right away, and it's really fun. And then this one is like the rest of the box. It's really CGI intensive, very special effects, very soundstage, very, you know, not personal. It's just, it's just there. It's all over the place. I think Haunted Mansion is a better watch for the theater or something like that, but Jules is a better movie.
Well, you'll definitely get more out of Jules than you will Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go to our highlights for Haunted Mansion. Rich, you actually gave 10s for the cast and the cinematography, like I said. And then you gave 1-8 to the story, and then 7s to just about everything else except for the plot, which you gave a 3 to the trailer and a 5 to the music. Now I did 110, and that's for cast, but I gave 9s to the story and the cinematography. Then I gave a lot of 7s and 6s across the board.
Yeah.
But I still think this is worth a watch. It's on Disney Plus right now.
Yeah.
It's a fun watch, especially for this time of year. This is a good spooky movie that the kids could probably watch, and not too young, but I would say 10 and over, maybe a little bit younger than 10. But I think this is a fun watch. But yeah, I would pick Jules over this. It just gets the higher score because it checks the boxes for visuals and stuff like that, and cast. All right, so let's go. Speaking of final scores, let's go to our final scores on Haunted Mansion. Coming in at number 3, IMDb gives it a 6.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 37% because they got their stick up their ass. Audience score 84%. Rich, you gave it a 71. I gave it a 74 for an average score of 72.5. So it's only a half a point average wise. It's half a point better than Jules. All right, we got 2 more left, and this was another big surprise. Our number 2 movie tonight is Flora and Son.
This was good
on Apple TV Plus, and I watched this trailer and I'm like, "Fuck no, I am not watching this movie."
He doesn't like my picks.
Because I'm just like. Well, with Jules, I didn't even watch the trailer. I was just like, this seems like a romantic comedy. I don't want any part of it. This one, I watched the trailer, and I was like, I am not interested in this movie. But this was really good.
Yeah.
This was it. It's again, it's heartfelt. It's a warm story.
Mhm.
It's got its issues, but it's a teenage angst thing with the son, and then there's the ex-husband, and then you've got Joseph Gordon-Levitt in LA.
I love the way they did him.
It was cute. It was a lot of fun.
But this woman, I think she's beautiful.
I think she is too, and she's funny.
Yeah.
She was so funny. It was like, she was flirting with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then she was like, "I'm really sorry, but I'll flash my tits. I'll flash my beautiful tits at you."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, yeah, she's got good tits.
This is really good. I forgot this was on the list too.
Yeah. So it was released in South Korea, of all places, and made $128,000. So it did actually hit cinemas in Korea. But the synopsis is: a single mom at war with her son is trying to find a hobby for him. One day, she rescues a guitar from a dumpster and learns how to play herself. Not play with herself, because apparently she's very good at that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Dell has not seen the Eddie Murphy version.
You ain't missing nothing.
You're not missing anything, bro. The Kitchen had so much potential. The cast was all great. Writing and directing failed it. I agree.
Is that the one with?
That's the one with Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany Haddish. And I didn't think the casting was right, but I liked Tiffany Haddish in the movie. She was ruthless.
I own it. I think I paid $1 for it.
I think I paid $5. I think I paid $5 and I got it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. On Disney Plus. What movie? I had to go check something. So yeah, Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Refused to watch this so far. Hey, Tiana. Tiana's in the house. Flora and Son is another one I haven't heard of.
Check it out. If you have Apple Plus.
If you have Apple TV Plus, it's on there right now. I enjoyed this. This turned out to be a really good story.
Mm-hmm. A parent bond, trying to find a way to bond with their child. We all go through that.
Yeah, I want to call it a coming of age story for the mom.
Yeah,
because she was definitely not feeling her oats as a mother, and trying to go to clubs and fart around and pawn her son off. And then she shaped, with the, I'm not saying that learning a guitar will do that to you, but learned a guitar and talking to Joseph Gordon-Levitt, getting to know him, and
what her son's into, finding out what her son can do, and what he's into.
But with that, she started paying more attention to her son.
Yeah,
and then they started doing stuff together. And there was one thing, even though the son was a ragamuffin, he ended up going to jail for a short time. But,
he did.
He was in this group therapy class, and there's one thing that he said, and I'm not really spoiling anything, but the therapist said, "What was your favorite day?" And he said, "It was the day I got to record a video with my mom. Yeah. That was the best day I've ever had." When he was actually doing that, he was actually complaining about it, but after being incarcerated for a little bit, he reflects on it and realized that was the best day he ever had. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked this.
I did. I enjoyed it. I liked the music in it. I know Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a musician too. He can play the guitar really well. So that was all real. Everything that he did with the guitar, that was all him.
I like the way they made his character, because this is actually a foreign film. It was, where's it from?
Well, Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland. That's what it was. Oh, look, there's that bubble.
Hey, you got a thumb up. Good job. Foreign film.
If it does it again. But yeah, the
It,
way
it
they,
doesn't
because
do
he's in
that to me though,
America.
but I think it's because I have, I'm on a regular, you know, computer, like a regular Windows computer. I think because you use the iPad and stuff, it's got to be
Uh-huh.
some kind of Apple thing.
It is because Evans did it too.
Yeah, Evan's got he got the balloons twice.
Yeah.
On the Disney show.
Because Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in California, Skyping, whatever you want to call it, and the way they show him on the computer, but then they show him in the scene like he's there. I really liked how they did that.
Yeah, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like almost like she was imagining him actually being there.
Yeah.
So they're talking and they're enjoying the view and things. I dug this. This was really fun. I did not like the X. Even at the end when he finally kind of tucked his dick between his legs and actually did something for his kid. I still didn't like him, but at least he was there. But the number they did at the end, that was fun. Now it was, I can't say that I liked the lyrics to the music, especially what they were saying. But I liked that they were doing the music together.
Yeah.
And so that made me adjust my music score up. Because they liked it. I saw the emotion through them, how they enjoyed doing the music together.
Yeah.
And listening to it, things like that. And even though I personally didn't care for the song, I liked how I felt watching them care for the song.
That means they did a good job with character development, making you care for him.
Yeah. Because at first I was like, I don't care one bit about this bitch. I didn't want any. I was like, no, this is just another, drop dead mom who's trying to pawn her son off. And that's the way they made the trailer look. Like she was just worthless, and then she was just trying to, learn guitar, and then there's Joseph Gordon-Levitt in LA. And I liked how his character worked with her, even though they were thousands of miles
chemistry.
apart. Yeah, really good chemistry. This was fun. I think this deserves to be our second best score.
Yeah.
Of the week. Surprisingly enough, this was again one of the biggest surprises besides Jules for me, because this one I thought I wasn't gonna like, and I'm
glad you liked it.
Yeah.
And the peek behind the curtain is, if you guys don't know yet, you should. 40 episodes in, we just go through the release calendar and plug in movies for the month, and sometimes we get some real shitty ones. Ask Alex. And sometimes you get these hidden gems like Flora and Son and Jewel.
Yeah. And Paradise. That was decent too.
Paradise,
I didn't expect much from that. So, we've reviewed the Kings like Oppenheimer and Across the Spider-Verse and things like that.
Those big tentpole mainstream movie theaters, those what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
But these ones make this show more enjoyable for us. It's like David didn't want to see this or Jules, and then it makes me happy knowing that, hey, he liked these two movies.
Yeah, and you didn't want to see Haunted Mansion, and you ended up liking that.
I would might watch that again. Maybe not like right away, but I would revisit it.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our highlights on Flora and Son on Apple TV Plus. We both gave 10s to the music, and absolutely deserving of that. Like I said, the music for the most part is very European.
Yeah,
so there's a lot of like rave music and electronic stuff.
See, I didn't count that when I was scoring it. I was counting the songs they were singing, and when Joseph Gordon-Levitt was playing.
Yeah, no, I was counting all of it.
Yeah.
Music, sound effects, all that stuff. So originally I was at an 8, but I went 10 because of the mother and son coming together with the music, and I thought that made a lot of sense. And the music, Evan said something that I don't necessarily agree with, but Evan said something with the Disney movie where if the soundtrack is the best part of the movie, then the movie is bad. I don't think so. I think
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
in some cases that can be true, but in this case, the music here makes the movie. And there goes my granddaughter. It's bedtime. You say hi. Say hello.
Hi. Hi.
Say Rich.
Oh, she's finally waving to me. Before she was like, I ain't waving to you.
Yeah.
You're weird.
Yeah, what are you doing? What's he doing? Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going? Oh, she can't hear me.
No. You want to wear the headset?
Hi, how you doing? Are you going to bed? Or are you going to keep bugging your grandpa? Keep bugging your grandpa. Don't you guys agree? She needs to keep bugging him. That look. That's priceless. You're such a little cutie.
Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Say bye-bye.
Good night.
See ya.
Oh. This is the first time she's put those on, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. I told her to keep bugging you, not to go to bed.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. But yeah. So aside from the 10s, let's see. Rich, you threw a lot of 8s: acting, ending, story, script, and wild card. And then I actually threw a 9 to the story because I ended up really liking the story more than I thought I would. I threw 8s to the ending, script, and wild card. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Aww. Yeah, that's my granddaughter Piper. She is amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's the official mascot, the unofficial mascot for the show. Yeah. She makes appearances.
She makes appearances. She's our cameo spot. She makes cameos quite a bit.
She makes the Faces for Radio a better looking show.
It does. She raises that, because the two of us together we're like a 4. She comes in and it's instantly a 7.
Yeah.
And then she speaks and it's a 10.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go to our final scores on Flora and Son. Coming in second, and it's on Apple TV Plus, you guys. So if you get a chance to watch it, I definitely recommend checking this out. IMDb is giving us a 7.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 84%. Audience score 87%. Rich, you gave it a 74. I gave it a 73. So our average score 73.5.
Good score.
She is the executive producer.
There you go.
Right. That's right.
That's somebody we should have on as a guest is Michael. But
you should come on a By the Numbers episode, Mike. If you
can watch 5 movies,
if you're down to do it, well, you got to watch 5. So we bring you in. We usually have like the next few weeks kind of already half scheduled and penciled, just in case we need to move something if a movie gets released later or earlier or whatever. But if you want to be on the show, and anybody that watches our show regularly, if you want to be on the show, all you got to do is pick a week. You got to watch those 5 movies, give us your scores, and then you can be on the show. So
that's the only requirement. You got to watch.
Yeah, it's only requirement is you got to watch all 5. So we've already had Alex and Nate on
the Geeks and Flicks crew.
The Geeks and Flicks crew. I know Evan has talked about doing it.
Yeah.
And Jay Manley has talked about doing it, but only with a specific movie. So we'll get that in there. I don't see a lot of current release movies. That's the only problem. Other than that, I'd love to. Well, if you ever want to,
Yeah. Hit
you
us
know,
up.
hit us up, and we'll try to work with it as far as what movies you've seen or what movies you can see based on the like we did for the high five, where it has to be available on some streaming services. If it's available and you have access to it, then you can watch it. So that particular week you can watch like 4 or 5 new releases and then jump on the show. So we'd love to have you, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of which, we're going to go to our top movie this week. Now, this was
No
released.
surprise.
No surprise. This was I was not surprised by this. This was released last year on Hulu. Just came out on physical, you guys. So if you haven't already seen it, it is available now on Hulu and digital and all that good stuff. It is Prey. This is
Awesome.
Basically from the Predator franchise comes this prequel, basically, where it's set like way in the past, and the Predator takes on like Native Americans or whatever. This was good. I really enjoyed this. It does not play like a streaming movie. This should have come to the theater, I think.
I think Disney messed up with this. They should have put this, because this came out in COVID, right?
Yeah, it came out in, it says 2022.
Okay, maybe it's.
But it was actually 2019 when it was made. Let me double check that. Can't be right. This has got to be right. There's so many movies that are called Prey. I just want to let you know there are so many movies, and I mean, so yeah, there it is. So yeah, no, the budget on this higher than I thought. This is why I didn't know the budget on this originally, but the budget was $65 million on this.
Oh wow!
But I think this could have come out in the theater and made money. But yeah, August of 22 was when it came out. Yeah, it's one of my favorite Predator movies. Yeah, for some reason I thought you guys already did Prey.
Nope.
Only on Sundays. But no, we didn't actually score it on the show. We talked about it coming. We talked about it, and we did nominate it in our Lowdown Award for last year. So, but we didn't actually score it on the show. So
yeah, it is a Hulu original. Yeah,
Hulu original, and yeah, I've seen it 5 times. I've seen it a bunch of times too.
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that. I have it.
Did you get the Steelbook? He got the Steelbook.
Actually, no, I didn't get the Steelbook. I just got the 4K.
How's it look? Have you had a chance to watch it in 4K?
No, I haven't got a chance to watch it on 4K yet. But I will really soon.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
On Hulu. I mean,
I think I've already shelled it, but I did get Transformers: Rise of the Beast. And I thought it was in the stack, but it's not. Oh yeah, Boogeyman's in here, so I got Boogeyman as well. But yeah, if you guys have not had a chance to see this,
that's awesome. I love that design. It's simple. It's not over futuristic.
Yeah. Because it's very like, I don't even want to call it a downgrade. It was like, the helmet is kind of bone, and the weapons aren't as advanced, but still more advanced than the humans had. So it was cool. This was fun. I liked it. Great action. I think there are a couple of hokey minor CGI issues that I had with it, but no, this was good. I love the Predator in this movie. Very native in respects to the era. Yeah, that's a great way to put it. That's exactly what I was thinking. I can't say any more about it. I think this is rightfully the the best scored movie of the week, but this was no surprise because we'd already seen it.
Yeah.
So, but because it's now out in a different format, we wanted to at least show it on by the numbers because it's brand new and we can play it that way. Haven't bought it yet. Disney always price gouges, but it feels out of control on this one.
I agree.
Yeah, the Steelbook was really expensive, so I had to pass on it.
It was like $45, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like $45.99 or something like that.
That's ridiculous. See, that's why I refuse to buy new releases on day one.
Yeah, and then
I just
Loki
refuse.
season one was $50, and I was like, no,
And that show's not very good.
no.
At all.
I'm like, no, I liked it, but no, I'm not interested in buying it.
Mhm.
I do like the Steelbook, but I'm not that interested. So yeah, I just went with the straight 4K. I think it was 32 for the straight 4K. So I didn't feel too bad about it. Yeah, I got Prey and then Talk to Me on 4K, which Talk to Me is fantastic.
Well, Talk to Me.
I can't wait to talk about that one tomorrow with Kira and Mika. Yeah, 4K slip at Walmart was $29.95. Not
Well, that's not
terrible.
bad.
No, that's not bad. Yeah, some feedback on my headset. But yeah, let's go to our highlights on Prey. Now it didn't have a release. I did check that. It did not have a release.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but $65 million budget. So no theatrical release anywhere. And like I said, I think it should have hit the theaters. I know it was like right at the tail end of COVID. So they were probably afraid that it was just gonna tank and not make any money. So they just put it on Hulu. And it did get a lot of reception on Hulu. I mean, I think that was like when it first was released on Hulu, they were talking about it. I mean, not like Hulu crashed, but it was like overloaded with how many people were watching that movie at the same time.
Yeah.
Might be watching Talk to Me tomorrow.
Watch it.
Dude, watch it.
Watch it. Yeah.
Totally watch Talk to Me tomorrow.
What's up, Nate?
What's up, Nate?
Was your nose itching? We were talking about you.
Yeah, we were just talking about you.
I just rewatched it.
And I'm always down to watch horror, dude. Yeah, no, this is Talk to Me is one of the best horror movies I've seen in a while. I mean, I put this and Barbarian probably two of my favorites in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Barbarian's fantastic.
Barbarian's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, Cobweb is also really good, and that same like producer as Barbarian. So there's definitely a lot of similar elements to it. But anyway, back to Prey.
Our final scores.
So our highlights on it, Rich, you gave 10s to the plot, story, and cinematography. I gave 10s to the ending and the cinematography. Again, the cast kind of kills it.
Yeah.
Or else I think this would be probably close to an 80 with our scores. If we knew more of the cast or even considered it as a foreign film. Then Rich, you gave a 9 to the direction, you gave 8 to the acting, ending, and script and wild card. And then I gave a 9 to the wild card, and then 8 to the plot, script, and direction. So really, really cool watch. Yeah. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, definitely check this out.
Buy the 4K or watch it on Hulu. As long as you watch the movie.
As long as you see the movie. Let's go to our final scores on Prey. Coming in at number 1 this week, IMDb is giving it a 7.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 94%. Audience score 74%. Rich, you gave it a 77. I gave it a 74. Our total average score, 75.5. So like I said, our movies go from 68 to 75.
Yeah, not very much.
not very much difference. All these were solid movies across the board.
Yeah.
Fun watches.
The top 3, go watch.
Top 4. I would include Jules in that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about you. See, top 4.
Top 4. But I think all these are worth a watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cast hurts it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh yeah. Loved Barbarian. Cobweb was awesome.
So let me tell you guys what we have coming next week. Next week, are we going to get our first 90 in a long time? We got Barbie, which that could be our first.
Hopefully not that
one. The Burial, which is on Prime Video, starring Jamie Foxx. Muzzle is a digital release. The Devil on Trial is a documentary on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
The Tank is on Hulu. It's a horror movie.
Right.
And VHS 85. Those are our 6 movies for next week. And I have a feeling Barbie's going to be our first 90 movie.
You think? I don't know.
No, I'm just joking. I seen it already. That shit sucked.
If Barbie gets a 90, I'm canceling you guys. I don't think so, bro. I don't know. I think I might give it a higher score than I thought.
I did.
Looking forward to The Burial.
I'm going to tell you, I watched The Burial and I loved it.
I'm interested in that one. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually got close to a 90.
Yeah, that's kind of, I was trying to do the bait and switch with Barbie.
You're trying to mess with me?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to mess with the audience? I'm interested in The Devil on Trial. Oh, you going night-night? Kisses? Oh, thank you. Say night-night. Say night-night. Over here. Say night-night. Say night-night.
Oh.
Good enough.
The Devil on Trial was interesting. I only have one movie left to watch.
I might give Barbie a 90, but I can't see either of you guys getting close.
I only have one movie to watch, and that's Muzzle.
Yeah, I'm interested in Muzzle. We got to talk about when we're gonna put that together so we can watch it. So that's Aaron Eckhart in Muzzle and a dog with steel teeth.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
See, you picked this one. I never heard of it.
I did. I saw a trailer for it, and I was like, okay, I want to see this. Yeah. So it looks like a former canine dog or military dog or something like that, but its teeth were replaced with like steel teeth. And interesting. So Dell enjoyed The Burial. Some fun facts for you about Willie Gary next week.
Oh, nice.
Love the trailer for Muzzle. Yeah, right. I love the trailer.
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm really interested in it. But Devil on Trial, this is the documentary of the events that were based on Conjuring 3. So Conjuring 3 was based on this, what truly happened. And it was the whole Devil Made Me Do It trial with the possession and all that. Ed and Lorraine Warren were involved. So I'm really interested in this documentary to see what the documentary is about and if it's interesting.
I watched it yesterday.
Made me do
it. Never mind.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you watched it yesterday?
I did not watch it yesterday.
Oh.
I watched the trailer for it yesterday, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I want to see that."
We'll have an interesting discussion about that.
Yeah, I think so too. But I remember the actual trial when I was a kid. John was talking about that too. I remember the actual trial, how, the devil was blamed for him. It was the first time in a court that, was blamed on the devil and they were doing all this stuff. So it was like, and this, like the whole, after that, it became like a big defense where they were people that would kill somebody and go to court and defend themselves were like, the devil made me do it. It was like the thing. So they would, this became like a trend or a fad with murderers where they were kind of blaming it on the devil, hearing voices and things like that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. All right. I think we're out of here, bro.
Yeah.
This was a good show.
Yeah. Tell us what we got tomorrow, man.
Tomorrow, we have a very special episode of the High Five, episode 7, with our special guests, Mika and Kira from the Double Feature podcast. Unfortunately, Rich will not be able to attend, but he'll be with us in spirit as we're going to go over 5 of their favorite movies, horror movies. We went specific with horror because it's October. And they picked some great movies. I can't wait to talk about them with them. And we're also going to talk about tea because they are big tea nuts like I am. So we're gonna be talking about tea through half the show and movies through the other half, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Their picks were really, really good. I had
Really
3 first-time watches. And
Oh,
one
that's
of them,
good.
I can't believe, I don't know how I missed it before. And I end up loving it. I'm not gonna tell you what movie it is.
Yeah.
One that surprised me, I didn't think I was gonna like at all. I have to work, man. I wish I could be there. But you'll still get my thoughts on the movies.
Yeah. We got a special surprise for the show.
Yeah, this was one movie they picked. I thought the name of it just sounded stupid. I was like, I'm not gonna like this. Ended up digging that one too. But yeah.
Yep. So yeah, no, I liked their picks, all good stuff. And one of them is Talk to Me. So I'm looking forward to talking that movie with them.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna catch the replay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast. And then again, Friday we've got Spirits with Spirits. John and I are going to be talking about the Mongolian death worm on our live stream. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then
feels like something that gives you the shits.
Yeah. So the Mongolian death worm. And then next Friday, we're going to be talking about haunts in France. And our pick is the Notre Dame Cathedral. So we're going to talk about the Notre Dame Cathedral as a haunted location and score that. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Make sure you guys tune in, man. They got a great show.
Yeah. Thanks, you guys. All right. I think that's it, brother. Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys.
I really appreciate you watching, you guys. There's going to be a recap coming up at the outro. But for my buddy Rich and myself, we'll see you next time on the Faces for Radio podcast. God bless everybody.
Take care.